old are you?
28.
You're 28.
Yes,
so
sir.
you probably did not know this. Right? We got brothers out here older than that name, African American, because that name was coined in the 1980s.
Yeah.
So before the 1980s, what was your nationality then?
You tell me, King.
You know what I'm saying? But before that, people called us black, Afro-American, colored, nigga, Negro. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But your nationality, according to the Bible, is Israel. Israel. You're the true Jew according to the Bible. Those white people sitting in the land of Israel right now, that's why they call themselves Israelis, not Israelites. They call themselves Israelis because Israeli, when you put that emphasis on the end, it means occupier. All they doing is occupying the land of Israel. That's it. They do not belong there. It's just we have no power to get our homeland back. Right. You see what I'm saying? But God called you Israel. Watch this. Come on, watch this. Nope. I want Deuteronomy 28. Matter of fact, Deuteronomy 27:1 first. 2 minutes, and I want to show you how I know that you're Israel according to the Bible. All right, bro? Because we call ourselves kings all the time, right? Kings and priests. But what are we ruling? Nothing, because we fell from our rulership for a reason. Watch. This is the reason. This is what happened. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
So who is Moses speaking to? What's your name, bro? Tehran. I'm Maccabeus, or you call me Mac. Who is Moses speaking to, Tehran?
Not sure, sir.
Read it again.
And Moses with the elders of Israel.
Who is he speaking to? The elders of what? Israel. It didn't say the whole world did it. Right. It didn't say black people and white people did it. It said Israel and Israel only, right? Yeah. Watch this. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Hey, how do we get on this side of the earth, you know?
Slavery.
Slavery. What mode? What mode of transportation? Boats, right? Ships, slave ships. So we know by history, proof in history, that we get on this side of the earth by slave ships as black people, right? Watch this. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
He's still talking to Israel, right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It says, if you will not hearken means listen, Tehran. It says, if you will not listen to the voice of God, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
It says, if you don't listen to do all God's commandments, which he finna command you this day, that something's gonna happen to you. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It said he will curse you. A curse will come upon you. Watch the curse. You know the curse I want, right? 68. Watch this. Read. Watch this. Hold on. Read. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Let's get what Egypt is, because you thinking of Egypt as a landmass in Africa, right? Which that's the name of it today. But the Bible is going to define what Egypt means, right? So I need you to understand what Egypt means for this to make sense to you. The Bible finna define it right now. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. Bring it up. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the house of bondage.
What did it just call Egypt? The house of bondage. If you're in bondage, that means you're enslaved.
Right.
That's what that means, right? Now we finna go. Now that you know what Egypt means, we finna go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 and read the curse that was going to be on the children of Israel for not listening to God. Watch this. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt,
slavery,
again with ships.
Who history is that, bro? Who went into slavery on slave ships? But who is Moses talking to in here? Of who? Of Israel. And he's talking to Israel. He said 3,000 years ago, Israel, if you don't listen to God, God is going to send you back into slavery on slave ships. That's nobody's history but ours. As a nation of people, nobody went on slave ships like we did. That atrocity, like it happened, that transatlantic slave trade, how that happened didn't happen to nobody else under the sun, like it happened to us. Nobody. Watch this. Continue reading.
by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Just the way Moses said what happened, it happened. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
It says we will see it no more again. It's talking about our homeland. Are we still in a land where we pick cotton, sugar cane, and tobacco and rice and stuff like that? So it says the Israelites won't see their homeland again. But there's white people over there right now. So right there, off that verse right there, that lets you know that that's a lie. They are not the children of Israel, bro. They are not the children of Israel. You are. That's your nationality. But when you enslave somebody and you forbid them to read for 400 years and write and learn, you could tell them whatever the hell you want to tell them, right? Change their names, change who they worship and who they pray to. Because trust me, we do not pray to no white man. That is not Christ. You see what I'm saying? That's a better depiction of him down there. Because Revelations 1:14 tells you that he was a black man. You see what I'm saying? But when you're in captivity, they could tell you anything they want to tell you. When they take away your name, your heritage, they tell you that you can't celebrate the things that you usually celebrate. You can't call yourself after your own names. You got to take the names as Toby and Smith and Johnson and Young and all of those. Because what's your last name?
Donaldson.
You think Donaldson came from a black man? Hell no. That's a white man's name. You see what I'm saying? But some of us carry them last names proudly. But you know what? Men out here, we changed our names.
That's right.
Our last name is Israel. Because that's our nationality. You see what I'm saying? Read, watch this. Let me finish it out for you.
And there,
when you get off of those slave ships, right?
ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Ooh, it said you be sold unto your enemies. Who bought and sold us, Teron?
White people.
What did God just call those white people?
Say it again. I'll mix the terminology.
Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
Those white people are still our enemies to this day. That's why we're getting shot down in the middle of the street. That's why if the police pull up right now and tell us to vacate, it's freedom of speech, but hey, what we gonna do? You see what I'm saying?
Is it all, quick question, is it all served or just the evil-minded ones?
All of them.
Right.
All of them. You cannot rise above your nation.
Right.
Have you ever heard about Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah.
When she went and tried to buy a bag and she got called a nigga?
Bring it up. Was that here in America?
France.
Was it in America?
I think it was in France.
It was in France. But everybody know Oprah.
Right.
She's a billionaire.
Right.
She's been on the TV since what, the 80s?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Over there, that don't matter. All they see is...
Even here, that don't matter. Yeah, they treat her nice because they want her money.
Right.
But you can't rise above your nation. You still a nigga.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? LeBron James, billionaire. He had nigga spray painted on the front of his garage. No matter how much money you get, you still that to them.
Right.
It don't matter. Jay-Z, you see what I'm saying? Yep, he made a song. You see what I'm saying? It's all of them. All of them. Watch this. Let me get Ecclesiasticus. Sorry, 12 and verse 10. 12 and verse 10. Because the thing is, let me ask you something, Teron. If you're at the Statue of Liberty, right? And the wicked Empire State, right? If you're on the Statue of Liberty and I tell you, hey, don't go up to the top of the Statue of Liberty and jump off, you would die. Would you believe that?
Yeah.
And then 500 years pass. And if that statue's still standing, can you do it after 500 years? Why? Because you'll still die, right?
Yeah.
Watch this, read.
This is a book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
God said, never trust your enemies. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68 told you that they were your enemies. They bought and sold you. Friends don't do that to friends. Enemies do that to each other, right? You see what I'm saying? It said, and he called them your enemies in Deuteronomy. And here in Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, one of the books they took out of the Bible, it says, never trust them. I don't give a damn if 200 years have passed. 200. It ain't even been 200 years since slavery. You know that?
No, yeah.
It's been less than 200 years. So if you go back, you can go back probably 3 or 4 generations. If you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bet you your grandma was picking cotton. My granddaddy was. My granddaddy was. sharecropper. You see what I'm saying? Watch this, read.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
It said, just like iron rust, so is their wickedness. Because you can put iron out here, right? And it'll be good, it'll rain and get exposed to the elements and stuff like that. And in a week you come back, oh, it's still good. But eventually, that iron gonna rust, ain't it? Yeah. That's what he's saying about their wickedness. Yeah, they probably be next to you and, oh, you know, Tehran's my favorite guy, blah, blah. No, bro, I got black friends. Why do you gotta say that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Bring it up.
It said, but eventually, if they don't say it to you, I can guarantee you ask that white friend, hey man, you ever call somebody a nigga? Oh man, but I would never do you like that. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because you know what? On that plantation, even the master had their favorite nigga.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So don't think that they good with you, because when the line is drawn in the sand, they ain't gonna stand on your side.
Right.
They're gonna stand with their people.
Right.
Let me get Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. Right? Because that's what we're out here for. To gather our people, to tell them stand with us on top of this Bible. You see what I'm saying? Let's stand on this Bible, on the foundation of Christ. Because most people think Christ was a soft man. That's what the so-called Christian church tell you, right? He come all soft and no. Christ flipped over tables. He beat people. He cussed people out, called people the devil and all kinds of stuff. He was an austere man. He did not play.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Hold on. Let me get this. Hold your question. Let me get this. Read.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Bring it up. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together all nation not desired.
It says, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Who is a nation not desired? It's us. Because if we finally move out the hood and we go somewhere in the suburbs, what do the white people say? Oh, there goes the neighborhood. A nigga just moved in. As soon as I moved into a neighborhood, like 5 signs came up for sale. I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, and a saying is everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. Why? Because they want to copy our style. They want to copy our swag. They want to copy our flavor. They want to dress like us. They want to listen to our music. They want to do all of that. But as soon as you, don't treat me like, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be black. Right. They don't want to be us. You see what I'm saying? Because look at what comes with us.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.